Are you a talented footballer with the potential to go all of the way, but you've never been spotted or had a trial? Well, all you need to do is check out a brand new innovative business that I've started with my partners called Scout Size. It gives you a chance to get spotted by our network of scouts to try and get you a trial at a professional club. Scout Size places you in front of a professional scout who will assess your talent. You simply need to visit our website right now and upload your clips as directed. Our scouts will then view them and give you a full assessment. If you meet a certain criteria, your details will be sent to scouts at professional football clubs for them to come and see you play. It's as simple as that. So visit scoutsize.com right now and send in your clips, and a scout could be coming to watch you play at your next game.
Welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that may link with a summer transfer move to Arsenal. Hi, and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that may link with a summer transfer move to Arsenal. Got the new Arsenal away kit on today. Check out my video that I did for it yesterday. The designer of this kit actually gate crashed the video. It's absolutely brilliant. Took me completely by surprise. But make sure you give that a check out. I'll put a link in the description. But of course, it's all very well and good having new shirts and that, but there's nobody new, to put on the back of it. Last year, we could put Rice on it, we could put Havertz on it, we could put Timber on it. Who are we putting on it this year? No signings yet from Arsenal. And I'm not counting David Raya in this because we all knew that it was a loan with an obligation to buy at the end of it. So we had to buy him at the end of it. We knew about that one. No new signings. New. That's how I look on it, right? And is it time to start getting a bit worried about this? I'm looking at all the other sort of top clubs in the Premier League at the moment. Manchester City have signed a player. They signed Savio yesterday, £30 million. Chelsea have made 4 signings so far this transfer window. Manchester United, they bought in Xerxes, Lenny Yoro the other day, a total of 4 new signings for Manchester United. Spurs have made 4 signings, including Archie Gray from Leeds. Villa have made 6 signings. Only Arsenal and Liverpool haven't signed a player yet. And as I said, I don't count David Raya in this transfer window. And I'm like, is it time to get a bit worried? I mean, I trust Arteta and Edu. You have to, over the last couple of years in their transfer dealings. It's been brilliant. But come on, we want something now, you know what I mean? And I know there's been a hold up on the Calafiori deal, and that looks to be something that's sort of been beyond their control. As I said yesterday, there's been some people saying there's been a difference in price. There's also been this complication over Basel owning, entitled to 50% of the sell-on value, which is a bit of a dispute between Bologna and them. There's been this other rumour that they wanted Jakob Kivior as part of the deal, and Jakob Kivior said, no, I don't want to go to Bologna, so that has scuppered it. Whichever is the main reason for it, it is delaying the deal to get Calafiori over the line. It's getting very, very frustrating. There's talk that he's going to have to go in and train with Bologna now for their pre-season. Arsenal really need to try and get this deal done as soon as possible. Even saw a rumour today that Real Madrid are sniffing around now, interested in Calafiori. They missed out on Lenny Yoro. He went to Manchester United instead of going to Real Madrid. And they're looking on it and thinking, Calafiori. That's the rumour, what the rumour's saying. Either way, Arsenal need to get this done. Get this over the line, get him into the team, get him a full pre-season. Time is ticking. No new signings yet. The other one's been Mikel Merino of Real Sociedad, a hero of Spain in their Euros victory. However, we know that Barcelona very interested in signing him. We've known about that one for a little while, even though Arsenal are right in there, said to be, Mikel Arteta's called him and all this sort of stuff. We're now hearing that Atletico Madrid also very interested in signing Merino. This could be like a three-way fight for this player between Barcelona, Atletico Madrid, and Arsenal. Now, as I've previously said, Mikel Arteta's called him personally, very, very interested in signing him. Merino, it's sort of been said in the past, very keen on a move back to the Premier League. He was at Newcastle previously. But can Arsenal get this one done? Now that Atletico Madrid are in there as well as Barcelona, a three-way fight, drives up the price and everything like that. This is going to be a very, very interesting one. And this is interesting as well. There's a lot of reports coming out of Spain that Barcelona, who really want Merino as well, but them getting Merino depends on them selling Frankie De Jong. Now, Frankie De Jong, you know, they bought him, in 2019 for, at the time, a huge fee of £70 million. He's on huge wages there as well. And it's just not worked since he's been there. He went there as, you know, one of the best sort of central midfield players in the world. And he's just had injury after injury. Then he's not been able to really get back in the team. And I remember last season, there were, you know, it looked like Barcelona were trying to push him out of the door. There was lots of rumours linking him to Manchester United. Then that all fell through. He's still at Barcelona, but they really want to move him on. They'd like to sell him. They like Merino instead. His valuation set at around £60 million. The question is, should Arsenal make a move to try and get Frankie De Jong? There's no rumours saying at the moment that Arsenal are trying to get him, but should Arsenal make a move for De Jong? Certainly a midfield of De Jong and Declan Rice with Odegaard there is very exciting when you look on it on paper. But as this guy had too many injuries and is that price tag too high? And I'd like to find out from you guys, if it came down to De Jong or Merino, which one would you choose? You saw Merino in the Euros. He looked a top player. Frankie De Jong has been a top player, but injuries have blighted his career. Interesting though. I mean, we're discussing this one yesterday on Talking Transfers. Turkish is a huge fan of Frankie De Jong. He'd love Arsenal to go and get him. But that injury record, I don't know. Is he over that? And what do you guys think? Still contracted to 2026, but definitely they would like to sell him Barcelona. And should Arsenal, if that is the case, should Arsenal make a move for him? Still rumours today as well about Raphinha. That is another player Barcelona are looking to move on. They're looking to try and move some of these players on because they're trying to make signings, and we know about the financial problems that they've got. Raphinha has said he would like to come to the Premier League. Well, those are the rumours, that he's keen on a move back to the Premier League. But should Arsenal make a move for him, he'd be valued around about £50 million. Was a top player when he was at Leeds. Again, it's been a bit hit and miss for him at Barcelona. He's certainly the player that they're trying to shift out so they can bring in Nico Williams. Will Arsenal possibly make a move for him? We know that they're looking for this sort of a player that can play on that right-hand side and offer competition to Bukayo Saka. Again, one we're going to have to wait and see how that one develops out. Or will they make a move for Pedro Neto? The rumours say that Arsenal have been in talks with Neto, and Neto has also apparently made it quite clear to people that his preference this summer for a move is Arsenal. Now, if Arsenal are unable to get in a Nico Williams, should they move for Pedro Neto? I mean, and will they move for Pedro Neto? Valued at around about £55 million, so it won't be cheap. Again, another player that's had a pretty rocky injury record. It's not been great. But personally speaking, I like Neto. I think Neto would be a perfect signing for Arsenal. I think if Arsenal can't get Nico Williams, Neto's perfect. He can play on the left-hand side. He can play on the right-hand side. He's got electric pace. He wouldn't have to start week in, week out, and considering his injury record with the players that we've got. Imagine that front line where you've got him on one side, Saka on the other side. You know what I mean? You know, you've also got the fact that he could play on that right-hand side. If Saka, you know, needs a rest, drop him out. You've got Martinelli on the other side. I mean, that excites me. That excites me. And plus as well, Pedro Neto, he's played in the Premier League. He's still young, still only 24 years of age. Again, the injury situation has always been a problem. But if they could sort that out, I think he would be a fantastic signing for Arsenal. And if he's keen on coming, and we can't get Nico Williams, I'd be excited. by Pedro Neto. So if he is saying, you know, Arsenal, come and get me, go and get him. And talking of injuries, Thomas Partey, another player, a bit like Frankie De Jong, where his career has been blighted by injuries at Arsenal. He was out for most of last season, came back towards the end and was starting to look a bit like his old self. Now, a lot of the rumours have been saying that he's going to move on this summer, that clubs over in Saudi Arabia are very interested in signing him. At the moment, no club from Saudi has come in for Thomas Partey. And lots of talk now saying that Thomas Partey intends to stay at Arsenal for the final year of his contract. He's got 1 year left and then his contract is up. His preference is to stay at Arsenal and then, you know, contract ends, then he can decide to go wherever he wants. 31 now. As I said, lots and lots of injuries, been well documented in his career at Arsenal. But if he could get injury-free, I mean, he could be an important player for Arsenal. I'm talking about, you know, going out there and spending money on De Jong and Merino and all these players. But if that didn't materialise and you've got a Thomas Partey, still a top quality player. He really, really is. And considering the amount of games that we're going to have this year with the new format of the Champions League, even if you got in a Merino or somebody like that, keeping Thomas Partey for me is still a good idea. I think it would not surprise me if Thomas Partey stays at Arsenal unless there was some sort of humongous bid that come in from Saudi Arabia. I mean, if Saudi, a club from Saudi or outside comes in with a bid of 25 million plus, I do think Arsenal will sell him because, as I've just said, he's probably walk away at the end of next year now for nothing. So, you know, why not take the money for him? However, I think if a big offer doesn't come in for Thomas Partey, makes sense in my mind to keep him. As I said, came in at the end of the last season, did all right, looked well. So going to be interesting to see by the end of this transfer window if Thomas Partey is still at Arsenal. He's got a full pre-season coming up, so hopefully he can get through that and give us a good pre-season. And if he's looking in good shape, do we even sell him? Again, would love to hear from you guys in the comments about this one. It's very, very interesting. So those are the rumours for today. Thanks for watching the show. As I said, don't forget to check out my kit review video that's out right now. And also to check out Talking Transfers that we did yesterday. Very, very good debate that we had around some of the transfers between me, Turkish, Cecil and James. Thanks for watching the show and I'll be back tomorrow.